habe. Den rausgekriegt. Easy.
I shall not stray.
Hab meine Leute gut erzogen. Manchmal.
Nice try.
Nothing bites so hard as a cornered rat, eh?
Let's try something clever.
Oh, so viel Schaden. Krass.
That helps.
Der kann sich ja bewegen. Ich bin fast begeistert. Aber du hast. Hol ihn weg. Schön.
Hate me if you must.
It is done. Onward. Hopefully.
So. Ausgänge blockieren. Eingänge? Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Aber ich glaube, wir haben es fast.
Alright, next.
Hey, hör auf wegzurennen.
Pathetic.
Hat aber eine hohe Reichweite. Ah. Ey. So. Hey. Wenigstens etwas. Dingschen.
I feel weak.
Hol weg.
My duty is
Ich
your
dachte
death.
schon, er darf mich jetzt angreifen.
It is done. Only.
Don't let your guard down.
Los. Leute versammeln. Er braucht ihn. Ah ja, den. Abtönen.
His Highness saved my life. I won't waste
Ich
it.
will schon anmerken, dass im Bot auf Discord immer noch nicht gesagt hast, dass ein Stream heute begonnen hat. Der Bot existiert schon lange nicht mehr. Ich mache das per Hand. Aber ich hab's vergessen. Ihr habt vergessen.
You fought well.
Ja, auf der Seite, wo ich die Bots mache, die haben irgendwann angefangen zu sagen, ja, wir kürzen mal ein, wie viele Bots du haben kannst. Ich glaube, es waren vorher 5 und jetzt sind es 2. Oder so.
Do our hopes end?
Uncle, I need to know.
Einer? Ist ja egal, es sind auf jeden Fall weniger.
You were involved, weren't you? You know something. What did Cornelia... No. What did my stepmother do?
You are not qualified to look into the darkness. You and Edelgard, do your best to kill each other. You are family after all.
Das eine mit dem anderen zu tun.
There it is. The light.
Ihr gehört zur gleichen Familie, ihr müsst euch töten. Hä? Ab in den Vorrat. Fast erstickt.
He's dead. There goes our chance to gain more information. And again, even if we had managed to capture him alive, judging by the way he was acting.
Wir sollten uns an unserem Sieg erfreuen, aber können wir uns später Gedanken machen. Och, später, alles später.
Teach is absolutely right. We should take this rare opportunity to let off some tension.
It's been a long time, Claude. I'm glad to see that you are safe.
Same. I haven't seen you since the nightmare that was Grande. You really did come to help us. You must be a bunch of soft-hearted suckers, huh?
Ich bin gern ein weichherziger Trottel.
If you really felt that way, you would not have set up a defensive battle in the hopes that we would come. It worked out only because we made it in time. Were you really so confident that we would answer the call?
Of course. I knew you wouldn't hesitate to put yourself second and come running to our aid.
Du kennst ihn gut.
You and I are cut from different cloth. I wouldn't make a move unless
Hallo,
I could gain
weichherzige
something
Trottel.
from it.
Hi.
You've always been just the opposite. And of course, I've always been fond of taking dangerous risks. After all, I sent that express messenger before you had even recaptured the kingdom capital. If all went to plan, I knew you'd recapture it soon, and then respond to our request for aid. It was riskier than usual, I'll give you that, but it was the only card I had to play, so I took the gamble.
You crossed too many dangerous bridges for my liking.
I know. But that ends today.
What do you mean?
Here, take this. Use it however you see fit.
Legendary bow, fail not. Isn't this the hero's relic of House Regan? Hold, Claude. This must be one of your jokes. You cannot truly intend to part with this.
It's not a joke. As of today, the Leicester Alliance is no more.
Just what are you planning, Claude?
If you're going to lead Fodlan, then the Alliance Lords will follow you. Back in the day, the Alliance split off from the Kingdom. I'm just putting us back together again. Oh, and I've already gained the support of the other Lords at the Roundtable Conference, so You can stop looking at me like I'm crazy. All that's left for me is to officially step down as the leader of the Alliance.
Und was hast du jetzt vor?
I'm leaving Fodlan. There are things I have to do, dreams I need to see to fruition. That's why I became the Alliance leader to begin with, actually. But it left me no time for what I was really after. You'd better not take on too many responsibilities yourselves, or else you'll end up in the same boat. And remember, both the living and the dead cling to us without any regard for our own lives. It's up to us to break free of that weight and follow the path that we believe in.
Claude.
Oops, I almost forgot the most important thing.
Was denn?
If you're looking for Rhea, apparently she's being held captive in the Imperial capital.
Oh, gut zu wissen.
It doesn't sound like they intend to kill her, but there's no telling what they're planning.
You have my gratitude, Claude.
Gratitude? Thanks, but no thanks. As far as I'm concerned, we're even now. I don't know how many years will pass until then, but let's promise to meet again. And when we do, don't be too hard on me, your kingliness.
Bis dann, Claude. Viel Spaß. Ab ins Lager. Er braucht schon einen legendären Bogen.
Well, Dimitri, are you finally going to tell us the damn truth?
What are you talking about?
Didn't Lord Arundel say something about you and Edelgard being family?
To claim that the king and the emperor are related. Could it be?
Ah, I suppose I never told you, though I do recall mentioning it briefly to the professor. Lord Arundel spoke the truth. My stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Political turmoil drove my stepmother out of the Empire. Father fell in love with her at first sight, and they married. I lost my birth mother before I was old enough to remember her. My stepmother filled that role for me. But she lost her life in Dusker 9 years ago, along with Father.
Hang on, I didn't even know she was your stepmother. Did my father know about this?
Yes, all those who were close to my father knew, including Rodrigue. But to speak openly about it would have caused a scandal. And so she was our secret. No one in the general public knew about her. Naturally, the fact that Edelgard and I are step-siblings was kept a secret as well.
I'm finally beginning to understand what you went through 5 years ago. I mean, Edelgard is the only family you have left, isn't she? To find out someone so precious to you is actually your most hated enemy. How heartbreaking.
But wait! You two were born and raised in 2 different territories, right? So you probably never met until you were both at the Academy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of fighting family is just about the worst thing ever. But hopefully the fact that she's a stepsister who you never really knew helps with the pain? I don't know. It was just a thought.
I am afraid that's not the case. Though it was only for a short time, Edelgard once called Ferdiad home. It was a long time ago, but she was a cherished friend of mine.
Wait! I remember now! She was that girl, wasn't she? The one you gave a dagger to!
Dieses Mädchen.
So, your little girlfriend was Edelgard.
Sylvain, if you have any more foolish things to say, please hold them for later.
I do have a few more in my sleeve, but they can wait. Go on, Your Highness. This is important for us to hear.
She may be a hated enemy now, but the Emperor is your old friend and your stepsister. Can you bring yourself to kill her?
I will kill her, if I must. But if there is any chance that the world she seeks to create could be a just one, then I would love to see a future in which I may reach out my hand for her and have her reach back. That said, I have no intention of letting my personal feelings cloud my judgment. Too much is at stake.
Your Highness, I think you should meet with the Emperor and at least try to talk to her. If there's any hope of ending this war without more bloodshed, we have to try. Besides, killing your own family. I'm sorry, but it's not right.
Oh, treffen wir uns auf den Tee und reden miteinander.
I think so too. And you are right that we should at least try.
I see. So my uncle's defeat is beyond doubt?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have confirmed it via countless channels. I advise that we accept this as a drop of joy amid a pool of sorrow.
Pretty words, but I'm afraid we can't rest until the joy outweighs the sorrow. And for that to happen, it now seems we must confront them all at once. Dimitri, who took back Ferdiad, Claude, who managed to protect the Alliance, and that professor, who is successfully mobilizing the Knights of Seiros.
What will you do, Your Majesty?
Pull back our forces. In the west to Arian Road. In the east to...
Fort Mercius, I presume. There is no better place for such a confrontation, after all.
Indeed. And dispatch the Death Knight to guard it. He can buy us some time.
Ja, der Ritter des Todes ist zurück.
In the meantime, I will...
Forgive me, but I must speak bluntly. I do not agree with what you intend to do. Though slight, there is a chance that once done, it cannot be undone.
Even I cannot always choose the direction my path leads me. There is no other way. And so, I must walk on.
Speichern. Der Schal ist merkwürdig.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Blue Sea Moon. The Impregnable Fortress.
Bald ist es die einnehmbare Taste.
When Claude steps down as its leader, the Leicester Alliance disbands, and its lords swear fealty to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. The chaos in the kingdom begins to dissipate as the people unite under Dimitris' rule. Riding this momentum, the Kingdom Army prepares to march south for a decisive battle against Imperial forces.
Meow.
We will finally have our decisive battle with the Empire this month.
Letzte Schlacht.
The Eastern Lords are in the process of consolidating all of the troops within the entire kingdom. There are still some lords in the west who side with the Empire, but I believe it is only a matter of time before they surrender.
Affairs within the kingdom have calmed down considerably, and we even managed to win over the Alliance.
Although it was a rough go at first, I'm starting to feel like we could actually win this.
That's true. Thinking back on it now, we've really come a long way.
We even have a lead as to where Rhea is located. It is as we predicted all along. If we are to rescue Rhea, then we must defeat the Emperor. If we're going to march from the monastery to Inbar, then we'll have to cross the Great Bridge of Myrden again, right?
Yes, I believe so. As we have gained the Alliance's support, we should not have any trouble this time. After the bridge, we can cross Gronder Field and head south. And then we'll take Mercius, the so-called impregnable fortress that towers on the other side.
Was zockt eigentlich ran? Der ist am Handy, keine Ahnung.
Fort Mercius is praised as the strongest in the Empire.
Also ich würde sagen, er zockt gerade nichts.
Count Burgleys, the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs, once had troops stationed there.
Lesen. Tut es lesen.
But according to our spies, a large-scale military force has entered this. Perhaps they are gathering soldiers from various regions to compensate for their losses.
Was ist das? Gute Frage. Das ist fast wie Buchstabensuppe. Das kann man essen.
It is unlike you to worry so. But I feel we have no choice but to strip that place of its impregnable reputation.
Noch das ein oder andere ungelesene Manga bei mir ranlegen. So.
Once we take Fort Mercius, Enbar will be within reach. This is the Empire's last chance to stop us from arriving at our...
In other words, if we take this fort, then our blades will be at the Emperor's throat in no time.
If this is the last fort between us and them, then the Emperor will likely do everything she can to strengthen its defenses.
I just received a report on that very subject. The one commanding the troops stationed at Fort Mercius is someone we have crossed blades with many times. It is the Death Knight who awaits us there.
Der Ritter des Todes. Der Todesritter.